Hello everyone, my name is Okpemikpo and welcome to this channel that is focused on thriving with sickle cell. Why are we talking about sickle cell and what's important about sickle cell? What is sickle cell? Are some of the things that I'm going to be starting with. Those are the basic questions that we want to talk about. So if you, your friends or your loved one is dealing with this condition called sickle cell, this channel is going to provide you all the information you need, or as much information as possible on the condition, educate you about what, why, and how the condition exists, and hopefully provide you with the tools that you require to either prevent, reduce the spread, or reduce the production of sickle cell patients and potentially save lives over a long period of time. And as usual, my name is Okpemikpo. Happy to hear from you always. Starting with the basics, what is sickle cell? Sickle cell is a genetic condition, something that can be prevented, but sometimes we don't even know, so we don't even realize that these things have happened. But then, knowing early that a child or a person in sickle cell is very good because it helps to manage a person. So let's break it down. What is sickle cell? Sickle cell just means that your cells are sickle, the shape of a crescent moon, instead of round or spherical or circular, as we may want to describe it. If the cells are crescents, they find it harder to move through your blood vessels or through your veins. And when they're circular, they flow naturally through your blood veins. Sickle cells don't live as long as normal cells. However, the round red blood cells live much longer than sickle cells. Sickle cells don't get enough oxygen or carry enough oxygen across your body the way they ought to, and the normal cells do that for you. Basically, what I've been trying to say in these two comparative analyses right now is that I'm just talking about what the differences between a sickle cell and a normal red blood cell is. Normal red blood cells live longer, they carry more oxygen, and they flow easily through the blood vessels. Unfortunately, with sickle cell patients, that's not the situation. They are crescent moon, they're sickle, and they don't flow easily through the red blood cell. And when they don't do that, they cause something called a crisis. Very simple terms, crisis is pain, throbbing, painful episodes. This can occur several times in a patient's life and sometimes leads to complications that lead to death. And that's why this is a very important topic and something I think all of you should be aware of, know about, and start actually spreading the gospel. So many people think that sickle cell is an African disease, and that is not true. So who does it actually impact? It impacts everybody, all the way from Africa, the Middle East, Mediterranean, Southern Europe, that's Southern Europe, Mediterranean, India, and America. So sickle cell is actually a global phenomenon, but then there's so much stigma, there's so much unawareness, there's so much poor information out there about sickle cell. The truth of the matter is that there are at least about 20 million people today that we know living with sickle cell. Some of them thriving, some of them not so well. And without a doubt, we can do a lot to support, to help, and to actually make people aware of some of the challenges or the stresses that sickle cell patients feel. But like I said earlier on, my focus is how to thrive with sickle cell. So keep watching and learn. Now, I'm also going to talk about maybe two quick facts, which are going to bust some of the myths. So the first one is that sickle cell is contagious. Absolutely not. Sickle cell is not contagious. Sickle cell is actually a disease that affects people, and it can only come to you through your parents. So a man and a woman come together with sickle cell traits, can have sickle cell children. There's no way it is contagious. So that's one myth that I'm going to actually help you to bust. The second one is that sickle cell patients are so sickly, they always die and never live long. Or they die so quickly or so early and never live long. Well, that's also another myth we're about to bust, because there are many sickle cell patients who are living into the octogenarian, that's the 80s. Today, thanks to all the medical advancements and some of the healthy lifestyles that some of them have employed. And that's why for me, I'm actually here. I'm very passionate about helping you to understand what you can do differently to ensure that you actually thrive with sickle cell. Awareness matters because the more we know about it, the more we can help lives, the more we can save people, the more we can reduce stigma, we can reduce isolation, and we can help everybody that we know about sickle cell. With that said, I'm actually going to be walking away right now, and I will allow you to continue your day. So if this video has actually given you any information about sickle cell, has helped you to understand sickle cell a little bit better, do something for me. Give it a thumbs up, like it and share it. Spread the word, and we will continue to ensure that many more of our sickle cell patients are thriving, many more of our warriors are thriving, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Take care and have a wonderful rest of today.